Greetings, grasshoppers. Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy to be here with you today. Today, we're going to talk about a specific growth tool. That's what ManyChat calls them, called the landing page. Now, many of you are involved in marketing that involves a whole lot of landing pages, Facebook ads, A/B split testing, all of those things. This is going to be very pertinent for you. If you're using a landing page at all to grow the traffic into your bot, this will be helpful for you. We're going to talk about ManyChat's new updates that they've just made a couple of days ago. We're also going to talk about when to use a landing page and when something else might be more appropriate. So, without further ado, by the way, my name is RJ Redden. I am here at Black Belt Bots HQ, also known as my office, and I've done a little bit of digging. Someone in the community, Jenny Mustafa Julak, whom, if you do not know, get to know. She was in the community this morning asking this question, and I thought, well, time to make a live about landing pages. So here we go. Let's start with the ManyChat updates. Sometimes ManyChat makes updates, but their explanation of such is very technically oriented. So I'm here to give you the plain language. There are cosmetic changes that you'll see on the front user-facing side, and there are also a couple of back-end changes, like the stuff that works behind the scenes. So first of all, with the front end changes up first here, we will talk about the fact that usually in a landing page, what you've been kind of railroaded into is you have a place to put an image, but it's always the same place. It's above the text. Now you can place images beside the text, on either side. So super cool with that. You can also put a video behind your the sign up for your bot. Robert's here. Hey Robert, so good to see you. So let me show you what this is like right now. I'll give you a look at what ManyChat is doing. So you can see here that this update, and now this is ManyChat's example. It's not mine. I did not film my cat's eye and decide to put that as a video background to a bot. But this is kind of interesting and exciting in a couple of ways. If you're a person who does visual type stuff for a living, this is exciting for you. Also, if you're a person who runs a lot of Facebook ads, that type of stuff, you want to put the same kind of image and or video that you're running. You every time you lead a user from one place to another, you must, and please do this, give them visual cues that they're with the same people and in the same spot. Why? Too many times you will click on something and it'll be confusing, or it'll be maybe one of those Facebook side ads when those were going crazy with people throwing spam. You'd click on one thing expecting to see sports shoes, and it would take you to a place that, I don't know, sold ads for somewhere. I don't know. Oh, holy moly. Love it when this happens on a broadcast. I will just decline that. Anyway, Ari's here. Didn't even know ManyChat had this option. This is why I come to you for bot advice. Thank you. Thank you, Grasshopper. I am so glad you're here. So, going back to why this cosmetic change, it may seem like not a big deal to you, but for me, running ads to this page, I want to give them signals. I want to give my people signals that they're with the same people, they're going to the right spot, and it's really cool that you can put a video back there. It's really cool that you can kind of change and more customize what your landing page looked like. Before, you just had a real basic stuff that you could add an image here, you've got some text here, you've got a button, here you go. Great for a first shot, but it's cool that they're updating the landing page here to include more visual options. Listen, it's a visual world, babies. We gotta have our stuff be visually appealing, and this allows marketers like me to show off that stuff a little bit more obviously. Now, they've also made a little back end change that I think is a little bit exciting. It is that you can put the ID of your Facebook pixel right into this landing page. Now, if what I said was just completely Greek, or if it made you palpitate a little bit because it sounded a little bit technical, totally okay. Pixels have to do with Facebook ads. Facebook wants to be able to sell you more ads. They want you as a marketer to go, this is important. I like this because Facebook is driving traffic to my site. So basically a pixel is a way for Facebook to track the click from the ad to wherever it's going. So you can see how many people came to your site, your landing page, whatever it is, from Facebook specifically. It's a tracking device, my friends. Not a hyperspace tracking device, but a internet space tracking device. That's all a Facebook pixel is. If you think about it, really, it's nothing but two tin cans and a string connecting in virtual space. That's all it is. So, you being able to track the traffic from Facebook onto a landing page, this is very, very nice. A lot of other systems have this, by the way. You go to ClickFunnels, you go to any of these big landing page companies, they've all got this tracking. ManyChat just put this in to the landing page. It is really cool. Listen, if you're into Facebook ads, you know how cool this is. If you're not, let me tell you how cool this is. Facebook ads is a really great investment. Now, I don't do the Facebook ads, but I've got a guy, and and beautiful things can happen with Facebook ads. Why? Because Facebook has lots and lots and lots of information on everybody who's on Facebook. And so Facebook ads, I find, if they're targeted well, that turns me more results than anything else. So if you have a bot and you want cold traffic to come to it, Facebook ads is a great way to go. One of the things that you can do is you can take, if you have 20 people, as little as 20 people visit and sign up for your bot through the tracking pixel, through all of that stuff, right? You set up an ad, you get at least 20 people coming through there from Facebook. You can create what's called a lookalike audience. So what you're saying is, okay, let's take this in real life analog terms. Say you've got a lawn mowing business, okay? You want to get everybody within, 5 miles of wherever it is that you live. So you print up a bunch of pieces of paper and you stick them in people's mailboxes. Every single person that's around here. It's old school. What using Facebook ads does, and what creating a lookalike audience does for you, is all of a sudden you're going around with the same advertisements, but you know exactly which houses are going to respond to you more, and you know which houses to skip the effort on. That kind of targeting, knowing who would be pre-interested in you, is very, very valuable stuff. So being able to create a lookalike audience and say, hey, these 20 people, these 100 people that visited my site and signed up, I want Facebook to go out and find thousands more. And I'm going to put my ad out there just to those pre-interested people. So that's kind of what is going on there with the Facebook ads and creating lookalike audiences. Now that you have the pixel, now that you have the tracking on your ManyChat landing page, Sky's the limit, people. If you're trying to drive cold traffic, this is very exciting for you. If you really just want warm traffic, then this is fine. But it does. The imagery and stuff like that, the video, it's fine. But you don't really necessarily need it. But if you drive cold traffic towards your bot, and I do, this is very exciting. This landing page stuff. Now, when to use a landing page. Jenny says she's late, but she's here. Jenny, welcome in. Thank you for your question this morning. Love that participation. I was actually kind of wondering what I should do a show about today, and there you were. So that was beautiful. And so just kind of went through, pixels, chatbots, and landing pages. Oh my, that is so beautiful, Robert. So if you're a person who's running cold traffic to your bot, this is a beautiful thing. If you're a person who loves to use visuals and imagery to attract people into their bot, this is a good thing. One thing to remember, if you are using ads and pixels and all of that stuff, you do want to use the same type of imagery, the same type of branding, so that when going from one place to another on the internet, people know that they're with the same people. If people click to your landing page and you've got something brand new there, and you don't have too much of a clue as to your branding and stuff like that, people will get scared and drop off. You just don't want that. So when you're using imagery, use the same imagery that you had in the ad. Use your branding. I've got my branding on this video right now. That little black belt bots up in the corner. You want to use those. You want to reuse those elements if you're going to go that way. So fantastic. When to use a landing page? Definitely with the cold traffic again. I will sometimes use some different tactics to get people into black belt bots. But when I'm dealing with warm traffic, I'll use something else. I'll use a messenger ref URL. That will put people right into action with the bot. The times that I use a landing page, which is just an interstitial page that just kind of explains again who you are, what's the benefit people are going to get out of joining this, how this is going to be delivered, click here to, have this delivered to Messenger. All of that stuff, that's just really a reassurance and a reiteration of what's going to be happening. You always want to announce ahead of time what's going to be happening. It's not like Disneyland, where if you wait in this line a while, that they're going to take you somewhere and they're going to give you some instructions and you're going to go on the roller coaster ride. That stuff's pretty standard. When you're on the internet, people don't always know where they're going. So you do want to give them plenty of directions. When I'm in a situation where I've got somebody who's unfamiliar with me already and they want to get into the bot, that's where I will direct them to a landing page as opposed to anything else. When it just seems like they might benefit from a little bit of reassurance and a little bit of directions, I absolutely send them to a landing page. Robert says it becomes a guided tour. It absolutely does. And you, my friend, are their friendliest tour guide ever. That's our role. That's our role, to let people know this is the experience you're going to have. This is how long it's going to take. This is where it's going to come to you. And all that kind of stuff. When you're driving cold traffic, that's a wonderful time for that little guided tour of the landing page. So that's when to use it. When I've got a warm audience, folks who know me already, when I'm doing somebody's show, like I did Robert's show last week. It was a super huge amount of fun. Gave everybody a link to get into the bot. It was it skipped the landing page, got right into the bot. Why? Warm audience. I've already talked to them. I've explained what's going to go on. I've done the guided tour thing already. I'm not going to waste their time with another page in there. So I didn't use a landing page with a warm audience. And I usually don't. cold audience, I'll absolutely do it. Warm audience, though, I skip the landing page. Robert says, guide them through the process. Don't put them on the SS Minnow. Is that a Gilligan's Islands reference? It's the first one we've had. Congratulations, Robert Stern. That is fantastic, darling. So another way to do this too, and I have done this before, is when I've got cold traffic coming, there are times that I will put a box on my website instead. So I will still lead them to a landing page on the internet, but it's not ManyChat's landing page. It's my own on my own website. Sometimes that I want to do that because there's something else on the website or on that page that I want to kind of drive traffic to. So that's another option. But you pretty much you want to use a landing page with cold traffic. Now, and I do have an example here. I'll just show it to you real quick. But I got an example of that on my own website. Here is a page on Black Belt Bots that I have. And this is just, it's got a picture of my ninja. And then, a little bit about the bot. This one, it's not a ManyChat landing page. And I just give this out in specific situations where I think people need a little bit more guidance. But until the Facebook Pixel, this is kind of how you had to do it. You couldn't send them to the ManyChat landing page because it couldn't track. My site, my Black Belt Bots, it has a pixel, darlings. So you can do either. Either one of these will give you pixel tracking, provided you have a pixel on your website. But that's another way to do things as well. So, fantastic. Wanting to, I've forgotten how to get back to the main page here. Here we go. So that is, that's kind of examples of what we're talking about. If you have any questions for me about landing pages, when to use them, anything like that, any of those growth tools, love questions. Get them to me because I want them. Also a great place to ask questions, Black Belt Bots community. It is a wonderful little Facebook group. I got some people in there, some people who are building some bots or maybe just want to build some bots in the future. That is where people go and collectively we talk about some bots. So it's a free group, nice people who are, have businesses to run, but also have marketing to do. So solopreneurs like yourself, come on and visit us. Absolutely love to see you. You can find me Tuesdays, Thursdays, 1 p.m. Central, right here on the Black Belt Bots page. If you love the broadcast, share the broadcast. I want to tell as many people about Facebook Messenger bots as humanly possible. And I'm using this Facebook page, I'm using this group, I'm using the live streams to do so. So if you have a friend and they have been talking to you about the frustrating state of digital marketing today, and you feel like they might need a little bit different solution to stand out amongst the crowd, send them on over to me. I'd absolutely love to talk to them. Thomas says, hey, RJ. Thomas, how you doing? Thomas is going to be taking over the world, people. He's got a little bot that we have been building together. It is about keeping healthy. And I am really excited to see what he's going to do. So hey, Thomas, good to see you. And that's really about all I have for today. Do tune in next Tuesday. We're going to be talking more about bots. I'm also going to be in a place on the internet. She hasn't announced it yet, so I won't announce it, but February 21st. There'll be more coming about that show. It's going to be a great, great little show. And that's all I know. I love you guys. And that's it for me. So I'm going to see you in a bot. Hold on.